Hello, my name is Russ, and I just want to talk to you today about The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I don't know if you can see that cover right there or not. My wife got me this book. She highly recommended it to me, and then she bought it for my birthday, I believe. But I just finished it, and it's an excellent book. I'll read you the back flap right now, and you'll get a better understanding of what it is, and then I'll just explain what the four agreements are. So here we go. Don Miguel Ruiz was born into a family of healers and raised in rural Mexico by a healer mother and a shaman grandfather. The family anticipated that Miguel would embrace their century-old legacy of healing and teaching and carry forward the Toltec knowledge. Instead, distracted by modern life, Miguel chose to attend medical school and become a surgeon. A near-death experience changed his life. Late one night in the early 1970s, he awoke suddenly, having fallen asleep at the wheel of his car. At that instant, the car careened into a wall of concrete. Don Miguel remembers that he was not in his physical body as he watched himself pull his two friends to safety. Stunned by this experience, he began an intensive practice of self-inquiry. He devoted himself to the mastery of the ancient ancestral wisdom, studying earnestly with his mother and completing an apprenticeship with a powerful shaman in the Mexican desert. His grandfather, who had since passed on, continued to teach him in his dreams. In the tradition of the Toltec, a non-gmo guides an individual to personal freedom. Don Miguel Ruiz, a non-gmo from the Eagle Knight lineage, has dedicated his life to sharing the wisdom of the ancient Toltec. So this might not be, some religions, some people in different religions might not agree with this, but personally, I feel that the four agreements are something that everyone can use, no matter what your religion or background is, and something that we should implement every day in our daily lives. Okay? This book is definitely, I'm going to reread it, as there's so much in here to learn, but from what I took from it the first time, it's absolutely wonderful things that we should all be practicing to making our lives better and the people around us better. So, the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. Okay, so speak with integrity. Say only what you mean to say. Don't use, don't say things that are hurtful to other people. And try to use your word to spread the truth and love. Okay? It's hard to do. I'm guilty of it. I've said hurtful things to people that I love, and so it takes a lot of discipline. But I know I'm still working on it. But I think that if we can all implement that, that's one step closer to being a happier, healthy world. Okay. The second step is don't take anything personally. Okay. If somebody else is having a bad day, and you happen, for example, say you go into a store and the person behind the register is just completely rude, it's not because of you. It's not because of you. Okay? That is a reflection of their own reality. So, and again, this is something that I am guilty of. Sometimes, if people rub me the wrong way, I take it personally. And it's something I have to work on, something I am working on, to accept the fact that, what other people do is not because of us. Okay? It's their own actions based on their own reflections on their own reality. And I think that's an important thing to understand. Number 3 is don't make assumptions. Don't assume anything. Don't assume just because you hear something about somebody, don't assume that's the truth. Okay? Don't make assumptions. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings. This world is full of drama. People love it. All you have to do is turn on your TV and watch the news, and people just love hearing bad, negative things, right? People get wound right up when they hear homicides and all this. But, you hear a little good piece of news, and people are like, it doesn't really faze them too much. So don't assume things. If you hear something about somebody, unless you walk with them and talk with them, don't assume that it's true, okay? Because chances are it's not. People love to make up stories. You can go on the internet and there's all kinds of crap. Look at Hollywood, okay? what these people on the front pages of these trashy magazines that I can't stand, making up these rumors, man. Look what, Anyway, that's another topic. But don't assume things. Don't assume anything. And the fourth agreement is to always do your best. Sounds good to me. Sounds pretty simple, right? Do your best. And of course, your best is going to change constantly, depending on where you are in your own reality. But if you do your best and avoid the self-judgment and the self-abuse and regrets, then you will eventually see life more clear and live a fuller life, I believe, personally. So, so again, just to recap, the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. The second is don't take anything personally. The third agreement is don't make assumptions. And the fourth agreement is to always do your best. That's all we can ask for. So, I highly recommend this book. It's the 4 Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz. I'm going to definitely read it again because there's just a lot to learn. It's not a very long book, but there's a lot to learn in here and a lot that makes you think and open up your mind to other ways to look at life. And I think that, again, if we all live by these 4 agreements, that we could live in a peaceful world. So I'm working on these 4 agreements. I know my wife is. I know we talked to our children about this, and hopefully you'll find this book interesting. Again, I think anyone can benefit from this, no matter what your religious background is. I know sometimes people get a little bit leery on reading things that aren't from their belief system, but I think that this really will help everybody, and they're just really good agreements to live by. So, anyway, read it, comment below, please subscribe. I'm going to be putting a lot of videos on here, that's my goal, and let me know what you think. Okay? Have a great day, everybody. Peace.